It's almost 4 o'clock. Just got set up. Took me a little longer than expected. Didn't quite know where I was gonna sit. Ran out of lock-ons. Figured best thing I could do is bring this climber. Didn't have any straps for it, so I had to carry it. Carried it in one arm, my bow in the other. Couldn't find a good setup for the wind. I got up here and the wind was completely wrong. I was trying to figure out how I could hunt it, because I'm pretty limited on this side of the property. But I'm not sure if the buck's coming from the left or the right for the most part. Might be a squirrel. But yeah, it's hard to tell where they're coming from. Got a lot of bobcats and coyotes and stuff on camera up here, so might be at least get to see something. But got a young 10-pointer. He's about a 2-year-old. Looks like he's already broke up a little bit. I got a bunch of videos of him already. He just showed up. All my other bucks have disappeared. 10 showed back up. And he's just hit and miss though. So figured I better get up here while the getting's good and hope for the best. It's November 2nd. Killed my 12-pointer, which is my first 160, back in 2011 on this day. Might have a chance to kill another big one. We'll see. I've only sat for this deer maybe once. I know I had half a sit and the wind was bad, so I bailed out. Not very long into the sit. I had that October 3rd hunt where I seen the 8-point and then the nicer 2-year-old 8-point. But I don't think I've sat up here for this deer. It's been crazy. Put so much time in scouting and working for it and trying to play all my cards right with the wind and just everything. I barely get to hunt him. And then now I'm sitting up here. Finally get a chance out. I'm not working. Deer showing up. Might as well hunt. And the farmer is driving his car, his truck. He drives it 100 yards from me down the way towards my other stand and towards my trail camera. He came back and started going up this way like he was going to drive right past me. And then he was just backing up, and he backed back up, and I haven't seen him for 30 minutes. There ain't nothing over there, so my tree stand, that's it. So you can tell. That's not even the right word. As somebody that gets permission to hunt, you're probably thinking the same thing I'm thinking. Are they taking my stands down? Am I kicked out? What's going on over there? Or what's he doing, you know? Like, it's completely ruining my hunt. Because that's right by where the deer's bedding is. Which I tried to play the wind so hard to avoid anything. Now I got this. It's frustrating. It's exhausting. We get one tag here in Indiana. Our deer are not like Iowa. You have to work for these bucks. Hard. As the hunting public had to learn the hard way. If you want something better than a 2-year-old, you gotta work for it. There ain't a bunch of them, but they're smart and big. But here we are, struggling. No idea where this guy is in his truck. I'm guessing they're just parked over there, doing something. Not helping me, that's what it's doing. It's probably like the biggest disappointment right now. I feel gut shot. I feel like I just missed the buck, because like it's getting ruined right now. Highly doubt I even see deer. Probably gonna be one of those fucking nights. Not to sound like a Debbie Downer, but I've had the farmer drive through temperatures went from cool to hot, super sunny, and the sky's completely cleared up to blue from overcast. Now these guys who fly around for a couple hours, usually a few times a week, but they're gonna be flying right over the freaking bedding area several times. As many times as I've seen them, and I've thought, man, I'd like to be up there to be the one scouting. That noise is loud and is not helping. Circling back. It's almost 6 o'clock. Down to that last hour and a half. Can't catch a fucking break. November 3rd. A lightly foggy morning. I think I got in here right. I need to adjust my camera arm a little bit. It keeps wanting to slip. I'm not sure why. It's only a year old. If I start having problems out of this, I'm not going to be very happy with the kind of money you spend on these fourth arrows. However, squirrels are awake. A lot of them. Deer should be up here anytime. Last year wasn't as good as the first year. The only thing I could guess is crop rotation, so we should be back in the chips if anything is at all how it should be, but we'll see. Everything's starting to lighten up, so we'll put this away and try to adjust this camera arm so hopefully we can get some good video if we get a shot of something. As you can tell, a ton of fog has rolled in. I got probably 45 yards of visibility. And it's getting thicker pretty quick. First time being back in this stand this year. My camera arm is jacking up bad. It just keeps like falling. It's like it has no grip. Not on the tree, but on the actual part that tightens up for the camera arm itself. Man, there's so many squirrels here. Haven't seen a deer. Didn't even see deer sign, but it was gray light when I was coming in. Had my bow rope in my mouth on the way up. Just because it's been a year since I've been in this stand, I didn't know how safe it was going to be, so brought my lineman's rope and everything, and basically got to the top and was working on putting some extra straps on before I got in, and dropped my rope, so I had to go all the way back down after I got the straps on, put my whole bow on my backpack, and then get up here, and this vine has grown right in my way. It wasn't this bad last year. It was up higher, about a foot. But this place is usually pretty good. Hopefully I didn't miss all the good action. There's a portion of time at the end of October usually is really good here. But the end of October was weird this year. I don't know how it's going to go right now. It's just, I'm hoping I see a deer. I'd like to get a doe, but it'd be cool to get a buck too. It'd be cool just to see a buck in this spot. The stand is messed up. Squirrels chewed up the whole seat and it keeps popping. It's kind of spooky. I'm glad I got my harness on. Just hope my harness is solid. Anyways. But we got a few hours to sit, so if these squirrels don't keep us too entertained and my camera arm don't mess up, hopefully we can get you some video. not to extend this camera arm too far. It's been slipping really bad. Need to work on it when I get home, see what's up. But, just had a buck. I caught a glimpse of his legs and what I thought was a rack. Couldn't hardly get it on video. I ended up seeing a doe trot down through the bottom. Next thing you know, that buck was right behind her, grunting up a storm. They crossed at about 55, went down through the thicket, came back through at about 55 again. Got to about 40 yards. Couldn't get a real good look at either one. The doe looked to be mature. Pretty sure she's in heat. That buck may be a 2-year-old 8. I couldn't tell for sure. Not a big boy, but a deer nonetheless. Having the worst time with this camera arm trying to actually get some video. I started to worry if I was even going to see deer. I know the neighboring property, they ride motorcycles pretty heavy, so hopefully they didn't booger it up too much this summer. I'm losing y'all. But yeah, this camera arm's giving me fits this morning, so hopefully it don't screw me over in the moment, but if we even get a moment. Glad we're seeing some chasing though. Now we just need something nicer to come by. Pretty unproductive morning. I just seen the 2 deer. Been watching this squirrel build a nest for a while. That's pretty cool. Want to do some scouting. I'm gonna get down, look for some scrapes, look for some sign. Honestly, I don't even see the main trails that I usually see from this stand. But since it's 11 o'clock and the thermals have switched, all the leaves have started to just pour off. That'll create a little bit of sound cover. So I'm about to climb down, pack all my stuff up first, obviously, and go find a place I can move this stand. Just gotta pull this one down. I've got this other one behind me. This was a double set back when Jaden hunted more with me. My nephew, that is. But, as life does, everybody grows in different directions, and currently we don't hunt a lot together, so I'm gonna pull this stand. It's due for a little makeover. Give you a whole backstory on that stand later on. It's pretty crazy. But, yeah. I'm gonna go try to find some sign and move these stands. I got this one for sure, and then I want to move the ladder stand for Tiffany and Lily. So, we'll see. I don't think it's gonna stay here. If anything, I'll put another one up here later. Well, if you can hear me, the wind is howling today. It's rained all day this morning. This front kind of come in, got warm. The deer honestly just kept doing their thing, even with it getting warm. Most people didn't want to be in the woods, honestly. I was in a little bit, not as much as I'd like. But this tree is all over the place. I made sure there was no dead limbs above me, but I'm still pretty sketchy about being in a tree with this kind of weather. It's not really that safe. I got my safety harness on, but that don't mean nothing if the tree breaks. Well, with any luck, this big buck I've been hunting comes in. Had him in velvet plenty. When he showed up, we knew he was probably going to be the number one. The other two bucks that was in the area, they left. He was real dominant last year as far as being the buck on the property. We did have a couple cruisers come by about this time of year. We've already got one cruiser. He's a little 10-pointer. Nowhere near something we'd want to shoot, but it'd be nice if he comes back next year. One I'm after is a solid stud 10. I believe he's at least in the 160s, but we'll find out. Hopefully we'll find out. We never did figure it out with OG. He never did slip up for us, but we're trying to hunt a little smarter. Picked up this whole big property in front of me. Already had these ones, so hopefully it works out. This buck decides to show up. It's been nasty. It's the days he always shows up. He loves nasty days, so we're here with him. Hopefully we'll get him. Well, if you can hear me, it is still windy. It's about to be 6 o'clock in a few minutes. The only daylight I've got of him, little trail cam video, was about 40 yards over there where he came out of the bedding. So, that was on a kind of windy, rainy day. That's what today is, so we'll see. Hopefully he'll come in. is mainly get in here so I can pull these stands down. I was going to do it the other day, and I was scouting the other side, found some good sign, found some trees I was going to hang in, and what do you know it? Shit pain. So, what are you going to do? But, back in here today, that was 2 or 3 days ago. It's only my second time sitting on this property this year. We ran no cameras, but I did set 2 cameras in here last time. I've been here and stuff walk. I just can't tell if it's squirrels up already or not. But it's a good, cool morning. It's the first morning back in the 40s. These deer ought to be up and moving. There was a ton of sign on the other side of the property, which I've never actually sat and hunted or run cameras. I have a camera there. That's where the stands are going. But if we're lucky, maybe we could stick a doe or maybe even a buck today. It's that time of year, anything could happen. But now that we're finally set up, we're calmed down. It's probably going to cool off here in a little bit. I'm still dressed in my early stuff, but I'm sweating, so hopefully we can get a crack at something. We'll see how it goes. That was about as unfortunate as it gets. It's 9:09. Today's daylight savings, so it would usually be 10:09. But it's been dead. I mean, nothing. I finally just been looking around everywhere that came from downwind. I've just seen shadows behind me. Anyways, so I seen shadows behind me, so got to looking and seen a doe coming. Was trying to get the camera finagled behind my back because I'm not prepared to hunt that way. And ends up being two does at first. So I'm sitting here trying to get a clean view and figure out where they're going to get a shot. I'm a little flustered. But they come on a beeline straight underneath me. The one at one point seen me piddling around trying to get this camera. I had to reach behind my back trying to get it, and I couldn't get it when it was right here underneath me. I finally got it, and I got all these branches, so I was trying to pick a shot. I couldn't even see my screen when I looked down because it had a glare on it. I was just hoping it was in there, so I drew back. At that point, I got too much on my mind still filming, trying to get the shot, trying to get the kill shot. And I think I just rushed it. She did a mule kick like she was hit at first, but I knew I missed. I was waiting on her to give me a second shot, about 25 yards, and she trotted through it. And then when I looked back, there was actually two does when all that happened. It was coming, so there was 3 does total. I wasn't cold, but my adrenaline's kicking in, so now I'm cold. That is such a bummer. And I see squirrels everywhere. Squirrels that had me on my toes all morning. Had a coyote come behind me from where those does come from about 30 minutes ago. Don't think I got any of that on video either. A cameraman and I'd have killed a doe for sure, but self-filming, the crap I do to get video for a career that doesn't even pay me. Come on, YouTube. Come on, people, get my subscribers up. I'm about sick of all this. Working my ass off for no money. Man, I'm exhausted. Physically drains me. Well, the morning will be over here soon, so I'll sit for the rest of it, and I gotta get down and get that arrow. Hopefully it ain't busted.